Okay guys, welcome to Dr. Lou's Low Carb Diet. I'm Dr. Lou. Now today we're looking at the topic of water and water loss, especially for a ketogenic diet. So, are you thinking, I don't think keto is any good, you just lose water? Is that on your mind? Well, I can tell you right now, that's wrong. It is true, in the first 7 days, you can lose a lot of water, but then after that, it's predominantly all fat burning. Fat completely being burnt, some fatty acids being turned into ketones and burnt for the power of your brain and other places actually fatty acids don't go to. So this is a very interesting fact to look at and understand. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the science. I'm going to walk you through to show you exactly why you lose a lot of water, how within a few days that water drops off, and in addition, within 7 days, it's combated by a hormone called aldosterone. And then what happens is you pretty much come back to a balance, but it's always good to remain hydrated. So guys, let's have a look at why you lose water on the first 7 days, how it slows down after 3 days, and how after 7 days, you're pretty much on a home run. Let's have a look. Okay guys, so what you can see here is I put together this diagram which shows what happens when you burn glycogen. Now, we lovingly refer to a lot of things like burning. We don't burn anything. But the main idea is this is how we refer to it. Now, what happens is that you've started on a keto diet and you know that you've stopped eating carbohydrates, or you have such a small amount, so under 20 grams, which is very small. So when you're under 20 grams, that's what we call a ketogenic diet. Now, what happens is we can obviously see that when you're going on to that ketogenic diet, it's going to be having you totally restrictive for anything to give you glucose or any form to convert into glucose by any simple methods that the body normally does. Now, what you can see over here is the diagram for glycogen breakdown. Now, why do we break down glycogen? Glycogen is the long-term energy storage for carbohydrates. So we obviously have a long-term storage called fat, but we also have one which is a short-term really, which is basically about 12 to 24 hours. And that stores enough energy for you to be able to burn it before you go onto your fat storage. Now, sugar comes in, goes around your blood, you take it all out and you use it. But you will also make glycogen because you can't use it all. So you make this instant energy, but that doesn't affect your water balance by turning it into a big molecule called glycogen. So it's no longer glucose as such. Then what happens is that you start to break it down because you've run out of glucose in the blood. And that's what happens because you're not going to get any more glucose. So you need to break up glycogen to turn it into glucose. Just break it up as it is. And then you're going to have glucose again. So your body does that after a few hours when you realize you're not going to get any more carbs. So glycogen is stored. Carbohydrates you eat are converted to glycogen and stored in our muscles and liver. So what happens, you can see here, you've got a representation of glycogen, which is just lots of glucose molecules lined up, connected together. You have your liver and your muscles. Now, that's all stored there. So your body needs energy. When blood sugar drops or you exercise, your body taps into glycogen stores. So if you need a lot of energy and you've not got enough, obviously already there in your blood for what you're doing, you get your glycogen and use it. It's very quick to convert and you are going to do it really quickly. And when you're on a low carb diet, you have to do it because you've got no other glucose. So you need to get it from glycogen. So you go to this glycogen and what happens is that glycogen is broken down. Now, glycogen is broken down, so it's called glycogenolysis. And that turns the glycogen into glucose, basically, a monounsaturated. And then your glucose is there, goes into your blood, is released for energy again, just like you've got eaten some sugar and it's gone straight into your blood and off you go. So now you have energy, but this is the main problem with the water. Look over there, water is released. So glycogen is hydrophilic. This means it loves water. So water is bonded all around it. Now, glycogen is stored with water. When glycogen is broken down, the water is released. So if you're bonded to glycogen and you love it, if you just break it apart, then the water can't bond to it anymore. And because it's just glucose, and then it all comes out of the body with glucose release as well. So all water and glucose being released. Now, what happens is you understand that through the day, this is going to give you a lot of water loss. So depleting glycogen can lead to 1.1 to 2.5 liters of water loss in the body. So there you go. This is the main idea. Getting rid of your glycogen can get rid of lots of it. Now, daily additional water loss. So if you're looking at one day, for every gram of glycogen broken down, 3 to 4 grams of water is released, telling you that tons of water is going to be released, more than glycogen. So what happens here. Low carb diet or glycogen depletion may use 300 to 600 grams of glycogen in a day. So we've got a calculation here. 300 grams times 3 to 4 is 900 to 2,400 grams of water. So you're going to have 900, literally nearly a kg of water, 2.4 kgs, depending how active you are, coming out of your body. There's 0.9 to 2.4 liters of water. Okay. Now, that's how much it comes out in a day. That's a lot of water. Okay. So this is in addition to your normal water needs. So that tells you that this is severe amount of water being released. Now, so what you can see here is, again, yes, we've done the amount of using all your glycogen, because you can only store about 300 to 500 grams or in your muscles and 80 to 120 grams in your liver. So that's a total of 380 to 620 grams of glycogen. So we know how much water you have to lose to get out of it. Now, so what we need to have to do, that means take a lot of electrolytes with water. So drink, obviously, to hydrate yourself, and take the electrolytes as supplements. Okay, guys, so now this is the secondary part. So after losing a lot of water in the first few days, and it starts to, slow down because most of your glycogen's gone now, this is what also happens a little while after your insulin starts to drop. So insulin drop water, you lose a lot of water and sodium. So you also lose other electrolytes. Now, this is the process as well. Insulin drops low. So you have a low carb, fasting, or ketosis, low insulin state. 2, the kidneys release sodium, and sodium and water love each other. And so water goes where sodium is, it goes out, you lose loads of water. You lose a lot of water in just a few days as this is adapting in your system. And you lose electrolytes flushed out of your body, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, as well as chlorine. More urination means you are losing more electrolytes as well, and minerals. So that's why you should have multivitamins and minerals and an electrolyte tablet. So here what we can see. How much can you lose? Well, within 3 to 7 days, you can lose up 5 to 10 pounds of water. So it's a lot of water, but it's still probably lower. It's a lot of water overall. So you can see yourself losing a few kg of water possibly in a few days. Now, day 1, insulin drops, sodium release begins. Day 2 to 3, rapid water loss, frequent urination. And don't forget, also at the same time, this is your glycogen water coming out. Water weight drops, electrolytes need replenishing. So there you go. That's what happens. You do lose a lot of water, but you notice it goes only up to 7 days. So you balance it with aldosterone, your hormone, and then you go back to normal and you burn a ton of fat. So look at that, guys. Now you know the exact science. You just initially lose a lot of water, and that's why you lose the water. And at the same time, you lose tons of fat in the next following days. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments. Thumbs up, please, and subscribe. See you on the next one.